Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Houston, Texas, this is the video for you. If you're new here, hi, my name is Amber. I am a local Houston realtor, and I am your expert guide to navigating the real estate market in Houston. Today, we're going to be diving into this quarter's Houston housing market update. So if you're wondering how's the market, we're about to find out. We're going to talk about it all. What's going on, what's shifting, what's staying the same, and most importantly, what information do you need to make the best informed decisions so that you can smartly navigate the real estate market. More people are moving to Houston than ever before, but I will say that the market for Houston homes definitely remains competitive. Homes in certain areas are selling quickly, so think coveted neighborhoods where people are moving out and moving on to their next home, or areas that are up and coming. Especially those homes that are priced under $400,000, people are considering that to be a steal to get a nice home in Houston, Texas. So first, let's break it down for buyers, and then we're going to get into sellers. So buyers, here's everything you need to know about the real estate market this quarter in Houston. The great thing is inventory is gradually increasing. You will definitely see a lot of homes that came on the market in spring that are coming on the market early summer, and that means more availability and more selection and options for you to choose from. However, it is important to note homes that are move-in ready and that are also well priced are getting a lot of offers, so you must make sure that you are prepared. You never want to rush a real estate decision, but to be prepared to act fast when something that feels like it's the right home for you comes on the market, you have to do your research beforehand, and that is where a realtor comes in. I'm happy to give you insight on the different areas that you're interested in, the zip codes, and let you know what pricing generally looks like, what the home sizes generally look like, and how quickly homes are selling and how many days they usually stay on market in that area. And a very, very key important piece of the puzzle is making sure that you're getting it pre-approved before you start home shopping, because if you see something that you love and the bank is closed, you can't get your pre-approval and you might miss out on it. So that's another area where working with a local agent that really understands the market is going to add value, because we're able to help you find the perfect lender for you and your financial situation. And we are able to guide you through the offer process to make sure we're submitting the strongest offer possible, which increases your chances of getting the home that you love. Now, something really important and beneficial to keep an eye on in the Houston market is new construction. Houston is huge and it's growing so much, especially in the surrounding areas, which means builders are offering incentives. They are offering a ton of different things like rate buy downs, home upgrades, closing cost assistance, and much more. So if you go new construction, even though the price tag may be higher than where you want it to be, you're really saving because they are putting in so much to help you get into that home that you love. Right now, certain areas that are booming for new construction are places like Katy, Richmond, Magnolia, New Caney, Splendora, and Hockley, Texas. These are all areas surrounding Houston, which easy access to town, hopping on the highways, and you can get a fantastic home, a large lot, lots of space, and the perfect fit for your family without spending a ton of money and without sacrificing that city access. Now let's talk sellers. If you are thinking about selling your home in 2025, there are a few things you should know. It is definitely not the frenzy that it was toward the end of the pandemic in 2021 when everyone was like scrambling and overpaying for homes. However, you are still able to get really good value for selling your home. If your home is well priced and a desirable neighborhood, it is going to sell quickly. The key this quarter, and honestly pretty much the key every quarter, is pricing strategy. Make sure that your home is priced to sell, but it's still at the value that's going to give you the payoff you deserve. If you overprice your home, you have to understand that it's going to leave your listing sitting on the market a longer time, and it may even get to the point where we have to terminate or it becomes expired because it hasn't moved in a timeline that aligns with what you need. So remember, you want to price your house competitively, which is going to spark multiple offers. People can always offer more and you can still get the value that you want for your home, but keeping it at a price that's really going to draw people in, get a lot of showings and eyes and attention on your property, and help it sell quicker. Also, staging and presentation matter more than ever. People need to be able to see themselves living in your home. And so if it's too personalized or if it fits too much of your vibe and your aesthetic, it could be harder to get people interested. Buyers are definitely becoming a lot more pickier because, as we discussed, there are a lot more options available to them. So you want to make sure that your home stands out. And you also want to make sure that what your home looks like online aligns really well with what your home looks like in person. I cannot tell you how many times we've gone to do tours with clients and then we get to the house and it's like, this house looks nothing like the pictures. Obviously, they had a great photographer, but at the same time, if it doesn't match up, getting people in the home doesn't get them to make the offer. And this is where the help of Realtor comes in. It's something that I offer for all of my clients who are selling their properties is a very light staging session. We'll come in, remove some things, move some things around to make it feel light, airy, have a nice flow, make sure it looks very nice, clean, and presentable. And it's something that you can keep up with when you are having showing appointments. Another thing that I do is make sure I hire an excellent professional photographer, which makes your house look the way that it actually looks in real life, but genuinely elevates it and showcases it in its best light possible. Now let's get into some generalized information about the Houston market and trends that I've been noticing. Some things to keep an eye on. For one, like I mentioned earlier, new construction is expanding, especially in suburbs like Katy, Conroe, and Magnolia. And affordability is really drawing buyers to those areas. So if you're a business owner, definitely look into those areas to see if you want to expand your business. Secondly, we are getting some much needed infrastructure improvements like I-45 being expanded and reshaping the traffic patterns, which is going to draw a lot more people to that area or to places where they can use that highway to commute to work. So this could definitely influence neighborhood desirability in the long term, especially for people who want to have that small town suburban feel where they're living, but they work in the city and need easy access to be able to commute, go to work, and then come back and enjoy time with their family. And finally, climate resilience is becoming something that's top of mind for many buyers in the Houston area, especially regarding flooding. Buyers are asking more questions about flood zones, elevation, and homeowners insurance. So if you're selling your home, make sure you're prepared with the right disclosures and documents to showcase what those rates look like for your area. And if you're buying a home, make sure you're working with a realtor who's giving you access to great insurance companies and walking you through all the information about what the flood zones look like and how that could potentially impact your property. So what is the outlook for the remaining months in this quarter? Well, Houston is showing great signs of stability. Of course, the school year is coming up, so a lot of times families want to make sure they've already moved and gotten settled into their new homes. But of course, as always, local trends vary by area and by zip codes, so it would really depend, and it's so important to make sure you're sitting down with an expert. So whether you are buying, selling, leasing, or looking for an apartment, remember strategy is everything, and working with a realtor can be helpful. So if you're not sure where to start, you're in the right place. Let's go ahead and set up a chat to figure out what the next move is for you that would make the most sense. I'm available via phone, email, text, and social media DM, so don't be afraid to reach out. If you found this video to be helpful and you are enjoying these updates, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more market trends and information about living in Houston. If you've got questions about the neighborhood you're living in or your buying power or anything real estate related, drop a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer it for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.